Hello, welcome back. Just ignore all this stuff. This was just me testing about. Okay, so also did make a tutorial where I showed you how to make a system in a basic system. With this, we don't care. I'm gonna keep the fish here. Get a button. And then a item granter. Now this is essentially all we need. So now, wire, like that, button pressed, run wire pulse block. Now this is to be bait. So on blocks, on wire pulse, for this device, grant play selected item, custom amount, -1. Now on Discord, this is orange difficulty or medium difficulty or whatever. I guess that would be yellow, huh? Yellow or orange, I don't know. Difficulty because it uses block code. It's not simple wires, and so it might be hard for some people to comprehend and remember. But next, we want to do variables num. Now I'll show you how to implement a fishing rod level to this in a second. But that's not important. So set num to logic, math, random integer from 0 to 1000. Now you can make this smaller. You can make the last number any number you want. 0, you can make that one if you want, but there's no really point. And then what we want to do is if, copy this if, and then we want to get else if, else. So then this we actually don't need if you're not using the properties. But if what equals less than or equals, and these to be here, and we do actually want two else ifs, believe it or not, because it's gonna be like the beach, the first level of and they want to, we don't actually have these, so we want one, since we're going to have this be granting for fish, but however many fish are in your game, that's how many item granters you want. So let's say you had 8 in your game, you want to have 8 item granters. But we are only going to have 4, so I'm going to have 4. Don't have extra because it will use up memory that you might need for something else. Now this one to be gray fish, or whatever fish, and just select these to be whatever fish you are using. That's green sea, not green fish. And if you pair this up with my how to make a selling system like Fishtopia video, then you might be able to make a Fishtopia remake. And then red fish. And then blue fish. Now we want this to be gray fish. That's not spelled gray fish. And then green fish. And then red fish. And then blue fish. Now come in here. We can now broadcast message on channel gray fish. Then we want to do this here. We want this to be green fish. And then put this down here, except we want this to be red fish. And then we'll duplicate this down here again, and we'll make it blue fish. And then here we want this to be 700, 850, 950. Okay, so then we want to get variables num, because this is our random number, remember. And now you can see that we have a nice little piece of code here. And we can see that on grant player selected, I'm saying, so 700, you want to divide this by 10, and that's what percent you get. So this is 70%, this is 15%, and this is 10%, and then this is 5%. 70 plus 15 is 85, 95, 100. So yeah. And then we should be able to fish. So now we don't actually have any bait. And then we won't. Okay, I was thinking it's so you get bait. So when we interact with this, you can see we just got a blue fish, which is actually very rare. And we got a gray fish. And another blue fish, until don't get so lucky. Gray fish. Green fish. Green fish. So now you can see how that doesn't check if we have enough energy. But also how it gives you random fish every time. Now, in order, I think I actually know a way to make sure. I'm just gonna get rid of that. If you get a property, and then here, blocks, when item granted to player, I should probably make this be bait, and then be a number, and yeah, okay, and make this player. Okay, so then if we go to blocks, when item granted to player, set property bait to get property bait plus, in this case, 5. But since in most cases you'd be only giving 1 bait per question, you'd set that to bait, to just 1, not bait. And then here, on wire pulse, so this isn't actually been a fishing level yet, but this will be bait number. No, we actually want to check this at the very beginning. So set bait number to get property bait. And then we actually want equals greater than or equals bait number 1. Now you can see how we have more. So now if you have less, so if you have no bait, we shouldn't be able to fish. See, we didn't fish. And no bait. Answer another question. See, I have 5 bait, and then I should be able to fish. Gray fish. Gray fish again, which is what to be expected. No, we're supposed to get more gray fish. And then got a green fish, another gray fish. And we see we shouldn't get any more fish. Oh, I know exactly why. That's not working. 1 second. So the problem is here is that we want to do is set property bait to get property -1. Because we were getting rid of bait, but we weren't actually lowering the property. See, we don't get any fish. Now, if I get correct answer, see, so I can fish once, fish twice, fish thrice, fish twice. What? Then fish quince. See, so we fished 5 times, and now you can do a 0 bait. Now you can see we can't fish again because our bait property is 0 because we have 0 bait. But if we were to get more bait, and we can see we can fish more. And now, if you want to make it like how in Fishtopia, you'll get a pop-up. Every fish up, then we can get a pop-up. Now just know that gray fish, green fish, red fish, blue fish. Just know that if you're going to want to be able to fish multiple times, and you want different ponds to be able to have the same fish, you're going to need, so if, let's say, pond 2 also has blue fish and red fish, then you're going to want, when it broadcasts red fish and blue fish, for it to broadcast red fish 1 and redfish 2 and bluefish 2, and just have 2 more item granters. And you do the same thing with 2 more item granters, and then you have the 2 pop-ups open up when you get redfish and bluefish 2. And if you want pond 3 to also have bluefish, then you're going to want it to transmit bluefish 3 instead of bluefish 2 or 1. So now, header text caught. You can make this anything, but I like making it caught. And then, since it's a gray fish, I like making it say, "You caught a gray fish!" Exclamation mark. Then a call to action, close. And since this call to action doesn't actually have any channel, it won't do anything. I'll just close it. And then we do fish again. This will also close it. But what we're going to do is get a wire repeater. Put this in the middle. And then we want to do this, that to that. Second your call to action clicked to a wire repeater. And then we just want to do that over and over again. And we actually want this to come down here and do run wire pulse block. Now we actually can come in here on wire pulse and we can do else, then else we can broadcast. We can come here. So in this pop-up, this will be no bait. And then we can come up here, go to blocks on wire pulse, and then broadcast no bait. So when we're out of bait, it I'll make it say for the header like nuh-uh. And the content will say you're out of bait. And then you can also put here like worth equals $1 or whatever, or like put it whatever, how much ever it's worth. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do this here real quick, and I'll come back to when I've finished all the pop-ups. Okay, so now if you press play, come down here. Alright, we're out of bait. Correct answer. Correct answer. Correct answer. So we have 15 bait. Now you can see, caught a gray fish, another gray fish, another gray fish, a green fish, a gray fish, a gray fish, a gray fish, a gray fish, a green fish, a gray fish, a gray fish, a red fish, a gray fish, a gray fish, a blue fish, and then we're out of bait. Now, I completely forgot to tell you why and actually set up the Y repeater. So the reason why we have the Y repeater is so we can make it a delay. Now the reason on the Y repeater is that I'm pretty sure there's actually not a wait block. As you can see, there's no wait. Also, I forgot to put close. And so that's how I make a basic fishing system. But if you want to make it so like how there's the master fishing rod, what we can do is get a vending machine. And we can make it so you don't have to, you want like cash required item, and then like I think it's cost 75 in the actual game, but I'm gonna make it 0 because I want to show you. And then you want for this to just transmit on channel. And then we want another property. This will be called fishing rod level. It can be called something else. And we want this to be a number. Now, we could get an item granter, for example, but I'm just going to use this item granter because that's what we're using for everything. Fishing rod channel. I should probably make this a channel. So no channel. Fishing rod upgraded. Now, if you have any other fishing rod upgrades, I would recommend having the first one active, but then we want to have availability, deactivate, and purchase. Well, we should probably no. Yeah, but then here we want this to not be active on game start, so you can't buy it, and that just makes it a lot easier to. So then I'll bring fishing rod channel, fishing rod upgraded. We can have set property fishing rod level to get property fishing rod level plus 1. So now we play. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna get some bait. I haven't even added the thing that prevents you and actually adds the fishing rod level. Into here, no, on wire pulse. So now this is what this was going to be for. So if greater than or equal to more than 1. Now we actually want another set. New fishing rod level to get property fishing rod level. We down at the bottom of the code. And then we can do fishing rod level, if it's greater than 1, now you could just make it number equal, and we also want and here. No. This. So you could just set the num to 701 so it becomes a green fish. But what I like doing is completely recalculating it. So it becomes a random integer from 701 so it cannot become a green fish. And to be honest, you probably don't actually need this part here. But now, we start the game. I bought it, but now, bought the upgrade. But, I bought the upgrade. Now if I get some bait, I should not be able to catch a green fish. No, green fish. Green, blue fish. Red fish. Red fish. Green fish. And then we're out of bait. But you can see how that works. And we're not getting any more gray fish. But if I end the game, start the game, and this time I don't actually buy the upgrade, and I get more bait, you can see that I'm probably going to get more gray fish. Yeah, look, I get a gray fish. Gray fish. Red fish. Green fish. So you can see how I actually got 2 gray fish there. I got really lucky because I didn't get that many gray fish. So now, we can also make it so you have to unlock each tier of fish. And for that, what you want to do is have like the same thing. So for the gray, so if you're having it be the lowest tier of fish, you don't actually need to worry about this. But then we just make it like this, and then we have 850. So now we can actually get green fish. Oh yeah, and then on wire pulse, we actually want to. So this if actually has another else if. Well, this to actually say 1000. And because this is supposed to make it so if none of the things are correct, you know, to get a gray fish. So now we come down here, and I get 5 bait. Let me see, I got a red fish, gray fish, gray fish. Let's say I got 1 green fish. But then I come over here, buy this, then come over here, and get the correct answers. I have 20 bait. You should see that I should be able to get green fish now. Well, I'm just getting red fish. Not green fish. I'm also not getting any more gray fish. So that's just a cool little system to make it so we get Fishtopia fishing. And also Josh from Gimkit did make a little tutorial thing on this. But since most people aren't actually gonna look there, I have made another one. And that'll be it for this video. I know it's kind of long. It's actually like over 20 minutes long. But I hope that doesn't bug you. I might make it orange on the Discord just for it being that long. And yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you watch this. And if you did get to then, please subscribe and like. Because if I don't ask you to, then you never will. And yeah, bye!